I know. Another list so soon? Yes. Because if your game wish list isn't doing anything but bursting, then I'm not doing my job. So today, I'm bringing you 20 must-play indies of 2025. Now, this list has been hand-curated with care, picked only from the top 600 most wishlisted games on Steam. So even if you might not be too excited for a few of them, I can assure you a lot of others are. You should know that the genres we're featuring today include action, adventure, RPG, roguelikes, Metroids, shooters, strategy, and simulation. If you're a fan of our channel for the more casual games we play, then I'm including a link on the video, which should be showing right now. That'll take you to cozy and casual heaven. But if you're a lover of things a tad more challenging, or perhaps addresses darker topics, then this is a list for you. To make things extra easy, I've included each game's genre in the chapter description, so feel free to skip any that might not appeal to you. That being said, we have crafted the video with care to be an awesome watching experience all the way through. So whether you consume it all in one sitting or peruse the games casually, we hope you enjoy. Oh, and one more thing before we begin. I want to assure you that there is never any AI or ChatGPT used in the making of our videos. I'm still not sure if it's an insult or a compliment that people think my writing and voice sounds like AI, but sadly, it's all just me. Sorry to disappoint. With that quick discussion out of the way, let's take a huge bite out of the indie game cake and get started.
Welcome back, engineer. After 10,000 years in cryosleep, you have awakened to a new dawn in the Almagist system.
First on our list is a sequel to the beloved out-of-this-world building game, Space Engineers. This successor sees some huge improvements to the original, offering updated global illumination, improved building and grid systems allowing for more intricate builds, new visualization and grid lines to make the building itself more intuitive, and even some updated equipment for your character to ensure you're not falling off platforms or asteroids mid-design. They've also put a ton of work into creating a better user interface and experience to make the game more friendly to newcomers, yet still catering to the pros of old. When you get tired of your creative mind, unleash your destructive side for maximum damage, engaging in space battles that'll have you pushing your creations to the limits. Honestly, with how much time I've put into building games lately, the idea of creating technically advanced spaceships and stations sounds like a blast. Best news yet, you won't have to wait long for it, with its release date set for January 27th. Another sequel making its way to the Steam store on January 31st is Citizen Sleeper 2: Starward Vector. This dice-driven, story-rich RPG puts you into the shoes of a sleeper on the run from the corrupted corporation that made you. It'll be up to us to pick our class, commandeer a ship, find and recruit a crew, and take on an array of high-risk contracts that just might be worth it for the reward. Be careful though, as each job will require the right approach. You'll need to be flexible enough to react to the dice rolls and deal with any twists or turns that might present themselves in the story. If you're someone who enjoys titles that keep you on your toes and allow for an immense amount of replayability due to every choice having its own consequences, then this is one to put on your list.
Honestly, Swan, I'm glad, but slightly surprised that you showed up tonight.
If you're someone who enjoyed the Life is Strange series, then Lost Records Bloom and Rage might be right up your alley. This new narrative adventure is the studio's next entry into the gaming world, and with graphics just as eerily beautiful, we're set for the ride of all time. Literally. Set in the summer of 1995 and also of 2022, you'll be dealing with all things timey-wimey, shaping both narratives and affecting both the past and present. You'll need to navigate these timelines effectively in order to solve a mystery that's plagued the world for 27 years. Dig through your memories and keep your guard up. You never know what secrets your friends are capable of keeping. If you're ready to dive into this mysterious new title, then don't worry, you won't have to wait too long, as its release is set for February 18th.
Windscale, the pride of Britain. Nestled in the picturesque Lake District, the state-of-the-art atom plant has transformed this rugged landscape into the envy of its northern neighbors. Scientific progress waits for no one.
If you're looking for a new survival action game this year, then let me introduce you to Atomfall, arriving March 27th. Set in the post-nuclear disaster town of Windscale, you've noticed something's not quite right with your seemingly peaceful village. Whispers from beyond the safety of your town walls drag you into a deeper mystery filled with dark secrets. You'll need to navigate the quarantine zone to scavenge, hunt, craft, and barter your way to survival. Be careful, though, as the countryside is riddled with cult-controlled ruins, nuclear bunkers, and even natural caves that might be more deadly than they seem. This one's story is entirely in your hands. Unlock interwoven narratives through exploration, conversations, investigation, and yes, even combat. Every choice in the world of Atomfall will have consequences. Fans of the side-scroller Metroidvania genre will want to give Mandragora their full attention. This Souls-like action RPG will pit you against deadly enemies and demand you put your skills to the test in order to claim victory over this realm. Offering us gorgeous visuals and a fantasy world rich with chaos, this one will be a bloody delight to the senses. Whether you prefer a wand as your weapon of choice or hoisting a sword that's unrealistically large, you'll have multiple classes to choose from. Master your unique skills through a deep set of character development systems, finding artisans along your journey who will join your caravan and allow you to unlock new upgrades, craft epic weapons, and ensure you live just a bit longer during your next battle. If you're as thirsty for Mandragora as the main character is for battle, then you'll be happy to know its release is set for April 17th. All right, now we typically don't feature anything that falls too deeply into the horror category, but Project Mist seemed just too eerily intriguing to pass up. In fact, the only reason we'd be willing to set foot in this open-world survival horror game is the ability to face it together with co-op. Releasing on May 12th, we'll be forced to build up and defend our bases against the colossal monsters that roam this world. You'll need to upgrade your weapons and gear, craft methodical traps, grow a garden, and even invest in some siege weapons. If you manage to successfully sneak past the eyes of the beasts, then just maybe you'll uncover the secrets behind the mysterious giant wall. You better make sure you're sleeping safe and soundly during the night, though, or you might just awake to find a pair of red eyes staring back at you.
Together, we will get back what they have stolen from us. Kindred will rise again.
If you're looking for another quirky co-op game to explore this year, might we suggest Revenge of the Savage Planet? This hilariously weird sci-fi title will take you on an adventure through 4 different worlds, each with its own unique flora and fauna. We hope you brought some extra batteries for your scanner, as you'll have a lot to catalog. Spend your days researching, capturing, and experimenting, all in the name of upgrading your science level. Once it's high enough, you'll be able to craft critical upgrades and maybe even unlock some new zones. What's the point in all this planet hopping, you ask? Well, to get revenge on the corrupt employers who abandoned you here in the first place. Work hard enough and you might just get to return to Earth to see the smug look on their corporate faces. All of this and much more is coming in May of this year.
Welcome to Crashlands. 2. Explore a world filled with wonder, mystery, and some of these things.
An exciting pixel open-world survival RPG in the shape of Crashlands 2 is blessing the gaming world in Q1. This time, we'll be stepping into the boots of an intergalactic trucker who's returned from his corporate job to visit some old pals and recover from burnout. Right as you're kicking up your heels, though, a huge blast on the surface of the planet sends you crashing into a distant land, leaving you alone in an alien wilderness with no other option but to survive. You'll have to craft a cozy home away from home, befriend a few aliens who all have their own stories, and fish up dinner if you want to live long enough to figure out why you were blasted here in the first place. Careful though, the creatures of this planet won't make it easy, so don't expect this to be a peaceful walk through an alien park. Our roguelike crew will be happy to know that a new title with graphics on par with Hades is releasing in Q1 of this year. Rather than descending into the pits of hell, though, we'll be reclaiming Camelot from a corrupted Arthur and all his knights of the Round Table. With Merlin and other legendary heroes by your side, you'll dive deep into Arthurian mythology to discover the source of darkness plaguing Avalon. Swear your allegiance to the Fae and earn their blessings, aka pick up your favorite upgrades to alter combat in dozens of different ways to figure out which builds you love most, and which ones result in your early demise. The exciting part of this roguelike is that we don't have to go it alone. Take up to 3 friends with you and cleanse the realm together, because nothing beats the power of friendship. Imagine if they made a Moana video game. One where you took your water surfers to new islands, built up villages with your people, battled ancient monsters, and sought the blessings of the gods. Well, while it might not be Moana, Voyagers of Nera is offering that experience and more. Gather your group of up to 10 friends and set sail in this survival craft world. Dive down deep into the oceans, fighting off creepy monsters and claiming the riches of the sea, or traverse the land and awaken powerful spirits, unlocking new crafting recipes, ways to empower your base, and even imbuing your ships with magic. This game particularly interests Stucky and I, as anything that allows us to venture around a mysterious open world, build up a base, and take on everything together is one we're bound to sink a fair few hours into. While we'll have to wait for Q2 before we see this one come to fruition, it's safe to say we're excited. Out of everything on this list, there is one game that has won Ducky's heart this year, and that's Cairn. This upcoming addition to the gaming world will allow you to challenge the hardest boss of all, Mother Nature. Pack your bags and don't forget your chalk as you embark on a beautifully methodical and impossibly challenging adventure. Battle against every crack and cranny of the mountainsides, making your own routes and finding out the hard way what works and what doesn't. That's not all, though. You'll need to balance your own needs, ensuring you don't push your body past its capabilities by taking proper breaks and finding appropriate spots to pitch your tent when things take a hazardous turn for the worst. With enough time and determination, you might just reach the summit of Mount Kami, and maybe even meet some unexpected companions along the way. While there's no official release date yet, it is confirmed for 2025. Here at the Pillow Fort, we're huge fans of hilarious party games with quirky mechanics that will lead to someone failing and our entire friend group dying of laughter. Cuffbust promises to deliver on this by placing us in prison and giving us the hope of escape. You'll have to work together with your friends to orchestrate an escape plan. That can range from throwing C4 down the toilet all the way to sailing down the toxic sewer system on flamingo floaties. Everything in the prison is at your disposal, so make use of the cameras to locate the guards or hijack the intercom to communicate with your friends who are all the way across the prison. We hope you're prepared for chaos, though, as this game offers 20-player lobbies. You can choose to be the team player that helps everyone escape, or you can go it alone and take advantage of everyone's confusion and escape all by yourself. Needless to say, it's bound to be a chaotically good time.
In all my travels, of all the things I've seen, it's in Eriksholm it will happen.
Taking a turn towards the story-rich, adventure stealth genre, we'd like to present Eriksholm, The Stolen Dream. This isometric RPG will have us playing as Hannah, whose entire goal is to get to the bottom of her brother's disappearance. You'll need to use your skills of deduction to solve puzzles, come up with clever solutions to complex problems, and yes, even take out a guard or two. Or 20. Be careful though, there are dark powers at work, all with their own motives to be learned along the way. Even though this game follows the journey of Hannah, we'll be playing as 3 unique characters, each with their own set of abilities. Use each one correctly, and you'll find yourself overcoming the array of challenges and puzzles to outsmart your enemies. Fail to do so, and, well, there might just be a cozy jail cell with your name on it. If you've ever played Visceral Cleanup Duty or Power Wash Simulator, then you might find our next feature to be a bloody blast. This time, we'll be heading into the dungeons to provide cleanup service for those pesky adventurers who can't just leave well enough alone. We'll be playing as goblins, cleaning up a variety of areas, each with its own dangers. If you aren't careful, it might just be your blood you're scrubbing off the ground. What has me most excited about this indie gem is the fact that we can take our friends with us. I am incredibly prepared to be either laughed at or be the one doing the laughing, as someone jumps face first into a ball spike. Despite its simple appearance, you won't just be cleaning up the place. You'll also be refilling chests, restoring objects, and rearming the traps. You might be happy to know that the dungeons are procedurally generated as well, so every run-through will reward a new experience. As huge fans of all things Studio Ghibli and vibes, we'd like to share Kitsune, The Journey of Adashino. Don't be deceived though, as what appears to be a casual game about a little fox girl and her frog friend quickly turns into something darker. In this title, our main goal will be to journey around the island and uncover its mysteries, converse with its inhabitants, and bask in what few lights exist in this place. Because as soon as you take a step towards the shadows, enemies will be waiting to chase you back to whatever safety you can manage to find. With enough time and patience, you might just unlock the island's secrets and decipher the why behind everything that's happening. At least we'll have our cute frog friend to keep the nightmares away, right?
Switching to phase 2. All units, enter DEFCON 1.
you're someone who doesn't feel any sensitivity to tons of flashing lights, rapid-paced combat, and happen to be able to navigate the skies with ease, then may I point you in Mecha Break's direction. This third-person shooter puts you into the cockpit of your very own mech, where you'll defeat colossal foes to secure upgrades to your equipment, or hop into PvP and hash it out either 3v3 or 6v6 in intense death matches. Don't enjoy a projectile as your weapon of choice? Equip a battle axe or laser sword and go ham on your enemies, getting up close and personal to ruin their day. As you advance through the game, you'll unlock new cosmetics for your mech and even additional characters, each with their own backstory and strengths. Will you care to learn about your friends and foes, or will you be too preoccupied with seeking glorious battle?
On the floor lies a tome covered in blood, titled Top Ways to Conquer the Spire. You find this manuscript highly suspicious because it's covered in blood. You read the book, covering your hands in blood.
The original Slay the Spire holds a special place in my heart, as I've watched Derek easily sink 60 hours into methodically planning out his deck strategies, and through many failures, successfully make his way through the Spire to take home the glory, just to start over and do it all again. When they announced the sequel to this iconic indie, we jumped for joy, knowing that the entire cycle would once again begin with this new adventure. Set 1,000 years in the future, we can all look forward to a new labyrinth with an eclectic mix of new cards, relics, potions, and foes. You'll need to relearn what works and what will send you straight back down to floor 1. Will you be able to withstand the challenge that awaits within this spire?
Playing for keys with no losses, dripping around with no faucet. Look at the team, our bosses, paying our dues when we don't care what it's costing. Doesn't matter to me if you coming for one of mine, I'm coming for anybody, everybody in line, yeah, it's fine now.
2025 is truly the year of sequels, and another one is coming our way with Splitgate 2. This free-to-play shooter challenges your ability to outwit your opponents by using crafty portals that, when placed properly, will give you the edge up in achieving victory. That's not all, though. The team has taken the gameplay a step further, offering new and improved objective-based game modes, multiple new maps, and an array of weapons to learn and perfect. With this one, it won't be just about how well you can aim or peek a corner, but rather how well you can manipulate your portals to your advantage. We hope you're ready to be dodging bullets from all angles, because with Splitgate 2, the sky is the literal limit.
Streets of Rogue 2 is a high-octane RPG sandbox set in a vast, randomly generated open world. With this ambitious sequel, our goal is to create the most open-ended and fun sandbox experience ever.
If you're that person who simply can't get enough of the pixel sim meets RPG genre, then I'm happy to point you towards Streets of Rogue 2. This comedic open-world sandbox game will have us going rogue against corrupt corporations. Fight, sneak, hack, build, steal, or talk your way to power in order to replace those greedy presidents who are taking more than their fair share of the profits. That being said, these streets aren't about telling you what to do, offering you a truly play-your-way experience. If you'd prefer, you can ignore the main quest entirely and play it casually. No one's judging. But with an array of classes to choose from and dozens of ways to complete the quests with whatever tactics you see fit, whether that's zombie outbreaks or a rat summoning ocarina, it's bound to be a blast for all those who enjoyed the first installment and those who just love a chaotically good time. Best yet, we can play with friends. Calling all cat overlords, or anyone who's ever dreamed of being one. Whiskerwood is an upcoming city builder simulation experience that offers a hilarious twist to the genre. This time, we'll be in control of our very own mice colony, ordering them to collect resources, build up supply chains, and establish a clan that can withstand the seasons. It sounds hilarious, I know. But admittedly, I didn't feature this title for its humor. The depth of its management systems and customization features is something to be applauded, offering a city builder meets automation experience that we are undoubtedly going to enjoy. Heck, you can even set sail through pirate-infested waters for the chance to bring home the ultimate bacon. Whether it's actually bacon waiting for us on the ships is yet to be known, but regardless, I can't help but find myself impressed with the attention to detail the devs have placed in Whiskerwood. While we'll have to wait a little longer for a release date, it is set to come in 2025, and you can bet I'll be the best cat overlord you've ever met. And that was our top 20 must-play indies of 2025. While there are dozens of other games we'd love to feature, including more than 20 games in a single video gets to be a bit lengthy. And to spare you all a good snooze, I'll make sure to feature any other favorites of ours in future videos. If you found something on the list that you loved and can't wait to play this year, make sure to tell us below in the comments. We love knowing what the community is most excited for, and it helps us plan future content accordingly. So if there's ever something you want to see related to a particular game, it never hurts to ask. Oh, and before you leave, make sure you give the thumbs up button a nice tap. It'll help more gamers see this list and potentially add a few new games to their wish lists. Sharing is caring, right? And lastly, if you want more great lists in the future, don't forget to subscribe. We have a lot planned in terms of gaming news and coverage for 2025, so it'll be worth it, promise. Thanks all for watching, and until next time.